just boys will be boys, I suppose.
What surgeries have you had?
I think I had 7 major ones to the age of like 23.
Wow. Mitch, you went from chasing goals on the field to chasing love in a villa.
Just chasing girls, yeah.
Just chasing the birds.
Chasing football to chasing girls.
Post-show, things obviously got a little bit messy with the breakup. Because your ex, Tina, went on Abby Chatfield's podcast and she spoke about the whole thing. Yeah. You got rinsed, dude. I
just wanted to do something or have something there that helps people achieve their goals, but they're not sacrificing their life, because at the end of the day, we all live once. Like, having a six-pack when you're dead doesn't mean much.
Yeah, I mean, you look good in your casket, but that's about it, right? You did bounce back, though.
Yeah, and then it happened again.
And then it happened again.
So I was fit and ready to go, and then, yeah,
Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Pod. I hope you're all having a fabulous week. Today's guest is Mitch Hibberd. Some of you may know him from the AFL, others may recognise him from Love Island, Australia. He's lived a few very different lives, which we're going to get into today. From professional footy to reality TV fame, we'll chat about his career highs, the chaos of being in the spotlight, and his decision to get a smile makeover.
Mitch, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here.
We are so happy to have you here. You're obviously known for your AFL career, your time on Love Island multiple times, as we spoke about, and obviously your love for the gym and fitness as well. But I guess before we dive into that, I want to know, what are you doing with yourself nowadays?
What am I doing with myself? I'm busy.
Good?
Busy's good, yeah, staying out of trouble, which is the main thing.
Excellent.
But but probably my main thing at the moment, I do a bit of everything. So like fitness, I sell fitness programs. If I'm not on TV, I do the whole social media thing. And then I've got a business with other people, which sort of is like trading digital currencies, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, pretty busy. But yeah, I like to sort of travel as much as I can too. So like, I don't know, I live a good life. I'm pretty grateful for the life I live, but yeah, we've got to keep it going.
I've seen you've done a bit of travel as well. Your Instagram is full of
beautiful
just travel. Backdrops. And
it's either shirtless or travel, that's it.
Listen, there's a lot of topless photos, which we'll get into. You've also worked in some family businesses as well.
Correct.
Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah. My family, they would have like pubs, hotels, that kind of thing. So yeah, sort of just spent the last few years, I guess, learning how that all operates. And that's sort of what I want to get into in the future. But at the moment, I've been pretty lucky with how life sort of worked out. So I guess I'm sort of rolling with that. And then, when that sort of like comes to an end, then I'll probably shift and pivot into something new, and that'll probably be it. So.
And what about the influencer life? How's that all going?
Oh, to be fair, I'm like pretty over it. It's not really me. Like even like when I first sort of like went on TV, like that, it was never really like on my mind or on my to-do list. It was more just like for the experience. And then I think that's probably why it's kind of worked out pretty well for me, was because I never really had any intention of like getting anything out of it or whatever else. So yeah, I mean, I've been sort of doing that for 4 years. And I feel like now people will think it's like the coolest thing ever, and like people aspire to be like in that industry or whatever. But yeah, after 4 years, I'll push that away, I think.
What does that really entail though?
It's just like going to lots of events. You've always got to be posting, keeping people up to date with your life, which is cool. Like, I mean, I somewhat still do that a little bit as much as I can, but I feel like you kind of like, the thing I found was I don't live in the moment. It's like if I'm on a trip or whatever, I feel like you're taking videos, photos and all this, but you don't actually like enjoy the experience and all that. So I sort of said that I'll give myself to 30, and then when I get to 30, then there'll be no more social media, like nothing like that. So
okay, so you got another 2 years in you?
Another 2 years of seeing whatever the hell I'm posting, and then I'm done. I'll be on an island somewhere, no one will be able to contact me. That's the plan.
Any brands or companies that want to work with you? You've got 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years. Get in now.
Before he closes his books.
Yeah.
Is there any part of your work now that people would be surprised by?
I feel like everything, yeah. I feel like no one would really know what I sort of do day to day and whatnot. And I feel like I'm pretty in some ways I keep my life pretty private in those aspects. But once again, Instagram's just a highlight reel. People would see that and be like, oh, you're traveling all the time. They don't really see what you're doing day to day. So, I feel like literally everything I've just said is probably a surprise to everyone, to be honest. So, not a lot of people who do go on TV have much going upstairs. And honestly, I'm probably no different, but I just been pretty lucky meeting the right people and put your head down and work hard, I guess.
And I think that there's this online, kind of narrative where people say that influencers don't really work. And I think, you're a testament to it, that there's actually things going on behind the scenes that people don't see.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like nowadays as well, it's changed, like in that sort of industry. Like it's so different from like men to women. Like I feel like there's a lot more opportunities for women out there than there probably is men in that sort of space, which is just what the industry is. So, if you've not got your own brand or you've not, looking to do other things, then, the money's like, it might be like good enough to live or whatever. But if you really want to get ahead and set yourself up for your future and sort of not worry when you're later in life, you do have to have something else going for you. So I guess some people can like clue onto that pretty quickly and others don't, and it doesn't last very long. So
I think it depends what you make of it and how much you're willing to kind of invest in it too, because if you're going to do it properly, it is a full-time job. You can't half-ass it.
You can't. But I think as well, it's like even with the TV stuff, like every year there's a new season, there's like a new winner, there's new people on the season. So it's like you have to do something, or like in my case, do it multiple times that like sets you apart from everyone else, because there's always someone new in that industry, or there's always some new girl that's blowing up on TikTok or like whatever it might be. So you definitely need something to stand out from the rest of the crowd if you want to be in that long term. It's
so true. I think with those types of shows, you're a flavour for that moment or for the month, and then people just end up forgetting about you. Unless, like you said, you have a business or something that you're working on to try and keep your name and face out there.
You literally just need to be like out there. I know that sounds like horrible, but like you do literally need to, get yourself out there as much as you can and do other things and sort of like get away from that and actually become like a media personality. So
absolutely.
It's a challenging one.
Let's go back to the beginning, because you are not just a TV personality, Love
not
Island.
Just a pretty face.
Absolutely. Talk to me. What was your life like growing up?
I had the best childhood. Like I grew up in Tasmania, so I've lived in Melbourne since I was 19. The last 9 years. I couldn't even work that out. So I grew up in Tassie. It was a really good childhood. I've got a super good relationship with my family, parents, all that kind of thing. I had every opportunity, so very grateful for that. And then went to school, was playing footy and all that, and then I got drafted in the AFL, and then moved over to Melbourne to I guess chase my dream, which that was always what I wanted to do. Growing up, I pretty much didn't take school that serious at all, which I do regret a little bit, but it was what it was. I was just focused on footy, and luckily I was able to achieve that dream, and I am very grateful. Obviously that didn't work out exactly how I sort of planned or wanted it to, but I am grateful that, I got to live that and actually achieve what I set out to do. So
you got drafted by North Melbourne in 2015.
Yeah.
What do you remember about that moment?
Honestly, not a whole lot. I had like family at my house. No, I didn't have family at my house. That's a lie. I had my mum, dad, and my brother were there, and then I had family because I remember in the lead up, like I was pretty confident that I was going to get picked. Like we'd spoke to a lot of clubs the days before, and like obviously all the media and stuff around it. So I was pretty confident going in that I was going to get picked, and I always knew I had to move. So like I didn't really care where I was going. Like it just didn't really bother me. So I was like pretty excited, and then like I actually had a call, like a few calls a day before, and they're like, "You're going to go to this club or whatever," like through managers at the time. So like I started to get nervous when those picks would come up and I didn't get picked. So like I don't know, that made me a little bit nervous. But then I don't really remember the moment. I sort of just remember my first name like getting called, and it was from North, who I'd spoke to a lot. And then I don't even think I heard my last name. And then like everyone just, my mum and dad and my brother like cheered and that. And then half hour later, all family came over and that was that. It all, happened. It was a bit of a blur, but it's a long time ago now, to be honest. I don't even think about it at all.
I feel like it's every young Aussie boy's dream to play footy, and especially if you've grown up playing, like your hope is to one day play at a professional level. Your AFL debut was obviously a year later.
Yeah.
How did it feel though when you got delisted the first time?
Straight to the hard hitting questions there. Yeah. I mean, I probably saw it coming, to be honest. I played a little bit of footy, and like I played some like okay games, but like I had a lot of injuries. And then obviously like I probably just wasn't at the club at the right time, to be honest. And so I probably saw it coming. So I probably made it a little bit easier, like with the last like 10, 12 games, because I was playing like okay footy and thought I might get a game. And when I didn't get a look in, I was like, well, this is sort of the writings on the wall here. So I was like half prepared for it, like going in, but obviously like it's pretty hard. Like it's just like rolling into work and them saying, oh, you haven't got a job now, and that job is your dream that you've wanted to do your whole life. So like, it sucked, but I don't know. I've said this before, but I always like believe in like your gut feeling and stuff. And I remember leaving that meeting, being like, oh, whatever, you don't have a contract, sweet. And I remember leaving the footy club and I just like had a feeling like that was like unfinished, and I thought I would get another chance like somewhere. I don't know. I was just, maybe it was like overconfident or whatever it was. But I remember thinking like, yeah, I was sad. But to me in my head, I was like, oh, this kind of like isn't over sort of thing. So yeah, like obviously it takes like a little bit to get over, but I think because I saw it coming, I was ready for it. And then I was already looking to like what's next sort of thing. So that kind of helped me like process it and get over it a little bit.
I mean, that would have been really mentally challenging to, you know, you're aspiring to kind of get to that level and then it just gets taken from you so quickly. But I guess you did bounce back though.
Yeah, and then it happened again.
And then it happened again. So you've had a few highs and lows, right?
Yeah,
I guess
twice.
When you bounced back though in the VFL with Williamstown, what changed in your game or mindset that time?
To be honest, it was probably just like for once I had confidence. That was the first year I didn't have an injury. I had no surgery in the off season, so I could actually train properly. And
what surgeries have you had? In terms of injuries?
I think I had 7 major ones to the age of like 23.
Wow.
So I had like my knee, I've had my right knee reconstructed. I've had my right kneecap reconstructed as well. I've had my left lateral reconstructed, so left medial. I've had my shoulder reconstructed 3 times. I think I've had one more. Was that 6? I think that's 6. Yeah, maybe 6.
God, bionic man. This is
I've had a lot.
intense.
Yeah, it was all through that period though, like when I was sort of getting drafted and then through my North Melbourne. So I think that's probably why I was confident too, that I was like, well, I'm just going to I was just a late developer. I guess I'll grow into myself and I'll be fine. So, so yeah, that was when I went to play VFL. It was probably the first time I actually had an uninterrupted preseason and year. So I was fit and ready to go. And then, I started playing midfield as well and played really well. And then, the rest just took care of itself really.
And what was your second shot at the AFL with Essendon like? Did it feel like redemption?
No, I did at the start, but I feel like quickly I worked out it wasn't going to be like that. Like, I think like that to get back was like, it was probably one of my like highlights in my life. Because it was like, it just showed like strength of character that I don't really think anyone had like, because I'd gone through all those injuries like to this day. I know this is a bit deep. I don't really speak like this too often, but I'd gone through all those injuries like through North, and I was always able to like 12 months out, like I could bounce back and like pick myself up when like stuff wasn't going my way. So I feel like that to get drafted again, like I never thought it was a challenge because I'd been through so much already. So for me, like to bounce back, it was a really proud moment for me and my family, because it was just like a thing of like, I don't know, I think it was more than football to me. It was like actually like my personality and like my resilience as a person. I feel like it, I don't know, that was just, for me, that's something am super proud of. There's other things, but that's one thing I am super proud of, is just being able to bounce back no matter what life throws at you. And for me, that moment probably defined, I guess, that, and like probably shaped me into the person I am today as well. So it did mean a lot to get back, but as you said, it didn't work out exactly how I wanted.
How did you mentally navigate the ups and downs though? Because I think that constant roller coaster of emotions though throughout that, combined with all your injuries, obviously the impact that it had on your body, was there anything that you kind of drew on to help you through the process?
No, I used to watch like YouTube videos, motivational stuff. That was like back in the day, like whatever I could
11 p.m.
find.
at night on your computer.
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like it's a weird one, because I get asked that, like people who see my story and stuff like that, they always ask me about that stuff, about like how I actually did it and stuff. But it's just like, I just wanted it so bad. Like I just found a way to do it. Like I remember when I hurt my knee, like I was just like, I couldn't walk, but I was still like in the gym, like just trying, like you just find a way. If you really want something, you genuinely just find a way to, I guess, make it work or do the best you can. And for me, like, I don't know, I honestly just think, like, I know this sounds horrible, but the best thing between the ages of 18 to 25 of a human being is to like go through it and like suffer. I know this sounds horrible, but is the best thing like for you in life is to suffer as much as you can in certain ways, obviously. And then it just teaches you so much about yourself and your resilience and who you are as a person. And I don't know, for me, it just showed me so much about my character. And I honestly feel like no matter what happens in life, like I'll always be okay, because, you know, I don't know, I just feel like that just taught me so much about myself. But yeah, I'd always would tell myself, when I was like in rehab and stuff, I would always say like, I think it was like the comeback's going to be better than the setback. And I would always like tell myself that, like, I don't know, maybe I was manifesting before I even manifested, but I would always be like, oh, it's just part of my story. Like, how good's my story going to be? one day when I get to tell the story about like, I'm going to win a grand final, I'm going to play 300 games, I'm going to win a Brownlow and all that. And all this stuff's going to be like, how it would just make the story so good. Obviously, I didn't achieve that. I got nowhere near achieving that, but still, I guess it still makes a story, and we found other ways to succeed. But those honestly are some things that I would tell myself to just keep going every day. So.
Absolutely. And I think that mental fortitude though that you have is just incredible. And I think that's what you need in those times too.
It's as bad as it sounds, like when you're young, like you need to actually go through it and like just learn how to like deal with like pressure and deal with like being put under the pump, and no matter what happens at you, you come out the other side. Every I can't think what the saying was, but there was this saying that I used to listen to all the time. I don't really too much anymore because I'm not playing sport and stuff, but it was just like every setback was an opportunity to get better or something like that. So you just try and take the positives.
And I think that applies to a lot of other things in life as well, not just in the sporting industry or field as well. I mean, I know you sell fitness guides, but maybe you should sell some motivational guides too. Make a bit of extra money there.
I don't want to be that person. I buy my course. I'm not being that person. I hate those people.
Mitch, you went from chasing goals on the field to chasing love in a villa.
Just chasing girls, yeah.
Just chasing the birds.
Chasing football to chasing girls.
It's not exactly the usual career trajectory. You went on season 3 of Love Island in 2021 and you won the 50K prize money with your then partner Tina, right? So you went all the way.
It,
What made you say yes to going on the show? Just take us back to that moment when you applied, you got the call from the producer. No,
it's pretty funny, like, because the series before, like, they were speaking to me about doing it, and then I was like, this was when I was playing at Williamstown, so it might have been 2 seasons before, whatever it was, and I was playing at Williamstown, I was playing good footy, and I was like, I can't do this because I think I'm going to get drafted at the end of the year again, so I just like never even like worried about it or whatever. So it was kind of like an ongoing joke with my like close friends about it because obviously I told them, and then when it came up, one of my best mates actually. He did the application for me.
So he submitted it. You didn't even do it.
Yeah, he did the application for me. I remember he like messaged me about it as like sort of like half joking. And I think I was playing footy and it was in the back end of COVID as well. So we were all like locked down or whatever else. And he messaged it to me and I looked at it and I was like, there's no way. There's just so many questions. I'm not going to do this. And he goes, I'll do it for you. And I was like, like whatever. Like didn't really think anything of it. So like he filled the whole thing in for me. Like whatever. And then, I didn't, I guess, think too much about it. And then randomly just got a call and was like, we want to like meet with you and stuff. And I was like, shit. And then I like rang my mate. I was like, you need to tell me like what you've said on this right now. Because I don't want to go. He's like, no, I was like being serious. Yeah. So, and then, I didn't really think too much ahead. Like I never thought like, I'm going to do this or whatever else. But then met with them and all that. And then, I think they tried to ring me and email me a heap and I missed it all. And then finally they got onto me and sort of like half had a go at me for like not replying to emails and phone calls and stuff and being like, you still want to do this? And then I was sort of in and out like a little bit. I was like throwing it up because I was also like knew what was going to happen with footy as well. I was like, I'm going to absolutely cop it. Like if I do this.
The boys would give it to you.
I'm going to cop it if I do this. So then I was a bit like, should I? Like, should I not? And I reckon I went back and forth for like 2 weeks. And then like COVID started to get a little bit worse in Melbourne and all that kind of stuff. And I was just like, you know what? Like I played at 2 AFL teams now. Like COVID's absolutely ruining footy. Like no one's even like going to play at this point. Like why don't you just do it? Like and just see what happens. And then the rest was history. I was like, rang him. I was like, all right, like let's run it up and
then hopped on a plane and
that was it. It was funny because it was COVID. So I was in Byron and I remember getting on the plane. There would have been like 10 people on like a full plane, but full face mask. I had to get an exemption to fly, everything. Like it was so strict.
To go and find a girl.
Yeah, well, it didn't really work out. I mean, it worked out for the show, I suppose, but it didn't really work out at all.
So when you made the decision to go on though, were you at any point thinking I'm going in to find love or were you going in just for a laugh?
I was going on for the experience. Okay. No, I was going on for the experience. It was like, I honestly did. I'm the type of person who just acts and doesn't really think. So like, I was like, when it was like, I honestly just didn't deep it at all. I was just like, I'm just going to go and have fun. And then I feel like my first week on that show, if you watched it back, you could literally probably just see like he had no plan or like no whatever, because like, I was just running amok for the first few days. And then like, I don't know, I was honestly just like, this is going to be a fun experience. I get a free holiday. I get to do whatever. Like, it's going to be fun. And also in the back of my mind too, was like my close mates knew. So I was like, I got a kick out of knowing that they were going to be watching and probably entertained by what I got up to. And they were. And then, the rest, it kind of just like went from there. But it was just the experience. I just wanted a holiday, I suppose.
For sure. And you and Tina, though, became fan favourites, right?
Yeah.
What do you think, though, made your relationship resonate with people watching?
To be honest, probably my behaviour early days, I reckon, like getting in like love triangles and like all that.
We're going to get to the love triangle, don't worry.
A little bit of lying, like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they're probably like more on her side early days. But I think like we probably just had a good story. I think of like, it just happened like, I don't know. I think like you see nowadays like people go and like people just like couple up at the start and they get through the whole thing. Like there's no like, you know, ups or downs, or if it is, it's minor, where I feel like people probably just like, I don't know, they probably watched it and just thought it was like real, because like, I don't know, that was the one thing I wanted to when I went in there, was like, I'm just going to be authentic and just be myself, and I want to have every experience when I do this. I don't want to just go in there and like cruise through it. Yep. So I feel like people probably resonated with that they were like, oh, they're actually like genuine because they're like giving it a go. They're not just like playing it safe.
And it's also entertaining for people as
probably
well.
Probably that too, yeah. But I don't know, it catches up with you when you're in there. It takes a toll.
It does take a toll. And I watched your season and there was a bit of a love triangle with you guys, with Emily as well. What was the dynamic like behind the scenes? We're taking you all the way back. What was that like behind the scenes?
It was actually stressful. Like,
were you sweating?
I was sweating. Yeah. I know it's a bit weird because it's like, you'd think like a guy with like two girls or whatever, you'd be like, oh, he's living it up, he's living the dream. But it wasn't really like that at all. It was like the stressful week that week. I didn't know what to do. It was like the first time I'd ever had to deal with a situation of like, without like throwing myself under the bus. If I'm in that situation, like on the outside, you can move like, you know, a bit sneaky, a bit sly, and you'll never get caught. But like when there's cameras everywhere, not that I really thought about that, but when you can't get away, and like that was like the whole thing, and everyone was like, what's going on here? Like it was a stressful few days. I didn't know what to do, to be honest.
You're stuck. You've got people constantly watching you, producers pulling you, asking you questions for things. Were they pushy at all? Or
No one was really pushy at all. Like, I don't know.
So you kind of just did your thing?
I kind of just did my thing, but I honestly feel like back then, like I was 24, but I feel like I was a child, and I feel like I probably could have dealt with it like a little bit differently. Like I would deal with it differently now. I probably just didn't have that like experience of, I guess no one does, but like I probably just didn't have that experience and stuff. So I probably would deal with it differently now, but it actually was stressful for a few days, because I was like, I feel bad too. Like I don't want to hurt someone's feelings or whatever. And I knew at the end of the day, someone's feelings were going to get hurt too. So like, that's
I feel
me.
like that's the nature of the show though, right?
It
like,
is,
someone's always
but you still feel
hurt.
bad.
For
like
sure.
you still feel bad. And like, I like gave it a go. Like it wasn't clear from the start. Like I would, I mean, this is once again, like I would go and kiss one girl and like whatever, like I could deal with it better, you know what I mean? They probably thought I was going to pick them both at some point. So yeah, I probably could have dealt with it a bit better, but it was stressful.
Post-show, things obviously got a little bit messy with the breakup. Because your ex, Tina, went on Abby Chatfield's podcast and she spoke about the whole thing.
Yeah.
You got rinsed, dude.
Yeah.
You really did, because she said that she found out about you and Emily hooking up, a couple of days after you guys had broken up. I mean, what's your take on all that?
Sure, just boys will be boys, I suppose. There's not much else to say. No, the funny thing is, like, so many people who like sign up for these shows and stuff, they can't like cop the heat or whatever, but like once again, like with all the stuff that I dealt with, like playing footy and stuff, like not
You're
one.
Like,
so it just did not affect me at all. Like I just genuinely do not give a shit what anyone thinks, like as well. But yeah, once again, like probably wasn't the smartest thing, but I was single and I mean, I don't really know what to say. Things happen, don't they?
Things happen, but were you in love with Tina at all?
Nah, that sounds horrible to say, but nah, I don't think. I think I would know. I think like the funny thing, like it's hard, like because in Love Island, it's like you're just in a house and like you just will connect with everyone, but it's who you connect best with. But then like as soon as you get out into the real world, as opposed to 5 people in your whole world for 6 weeks, all of a sudden there's 26 million again. It's like I don't know, I feel like you work out pretty quickly that, like for me anyway, like I thought leaving it, I was like, whatever. But as soon as we come out, I was just like, I don't want this. Like, this is not what I want. Like, I don't feel like this is right or whatever. This is not going to work. Like pretty within weeks, like it happened pretty quickly. So,
and I think it's very common as well. I mean, your experience is not unique. I think there's so many people who have been in the villa. You're kind of in your little bubble, very sheltered. It's just you and those few people that you're with.
Yeah.
You strike up a relationship, sure, and I'm sure that there would have been some feelings there. But then you come out in the real world and it's like
you go back to your life too. Like I was going back to I had all my friends that I was catching up with as well. So I go back to my life, and then I don't know. For me, I just like that was probably the thing that I noticed. There was more than 5 people in the world. So as opposed to the person I get on best with out of 5, there's a lot more people and stuff like that. So I don't know. But it's horrible to say, but probably I knew the writing was on the wall probably within weeks. Like it just wasn't what I wanted at all.
But then you did return to Love Island again.
Yeah.
You went on Love Island Games. I
did Love Island Australia twice, so I did that the year later.
Yeah,
and then Games was after that. So
why did you go back again twice?
To be honest, like for a little while, I actually regretted it.
What did you regret?
Going back on it, I just think like I don't regret it at all because I feel like you shouldn't live your life with like regrets. But for a little while, I think like it was such a good experience for me, like to win it and like have good friendships and like all that kind of thing. And then I feel like I probably should have known that the second time like wasn't going to be the same, and like whether or not she was there or whatever, it didn't really like bother me too much. But I feel like I was just chasing that first time again. So yeah, obviously there's perks of like going on the show and like being the first person to do it and like all those kind of things. Like, don't get me wrong, but I probably regretted it in terms of like I didn't probably enjoy it as much as like I thought I would because I was just chasing the year before really. And then the third time was just something different. It was we didn't know what we were doing really. The whole show was new, like no one really knew. They gave us a handbook to describe like how it would work days before you went in. Like it was like no one really sort of knew what was happening, but that one was more just worldwide to, I guess, meet people from all over the world. And I was in a pretty bad place though when I did that one. I literally had just broken up with a girl like 2 weeks before it. So like I probably shouldn't have really been there. And I feel like that probably wasn't like the best experience for me purely because of that. And I just wasn't myself just because I was not there at all. But I feel like it was like out of spite, to be honest. So
It's a little bit like, I'll get back at you. Stay toxic. Hashtag stay toxic. That is the takeaway from this episode. How has reality TV shaped your perspective on love and relationships and even fame as well? You know, people sometimes say, I want to be on a show and want to be in the limelight. You now doing it so many times. What's your takeaway from it?
I don't know. It's this thing, like my personality is like I just don't like look into things too much. Like it just like for me, just doing it was just like another day. Like I grew up like I didn't grow up wanting to do reality TV or anything like that. I was always wanted to play footy and stuff like that. It kind of just fell into it. But it's a tough question. Like if it's what you really want to do, like who am I to say like don't do it? But just like I guess be aware that it's not all sunshine and rainbows. That like there's many people that it works out for. There's people that it doesn't work out for. There's people that go on Love Island, they're on there for 2 days and like they would probably not enjoy their experience at all. They have heartbreak or it just like doesn't work out. As much as like it does work out for some people, like it's a horrible experience for other people. So I think it's just knowing what you're signing up for, I suppose. And I mean, I can only say positive things because I've had like good friendships come off the back of it. I've had some amazing opportunities.
With some of the boys?
I'm friends with people. I only really speak to like Aaron from my season, probably because he lives in Melbourne, but I don't really speak to anyone else really. And like Callum from the second season. But that's kind of it really. So like I'm still friends with everyone though, just you move on with your life. But I'd just say like know what you're signing up for and know that it could go either way and just actually like enjoy it. I feel like, I don't know, don't go into any of it with like a plan or being stressed about it. Just like enjoy it and what will be because majority of the time it's probably going to be a once in a lifetime opportunity you'll never get back. Obviously there's a few outliers in that situation, but like it probably is once in a lifetime and just enjoy it. Good advice for anyone listening that is thinking of going on a show because there are just so many shows and there's more and more shows every year. They're coming up like flat out. Yeah, I don't watch too much reality TV, but I'm always seeing ads pop up and stuff like that. It's crazy. I was going to say, you're not watching Love Island USA at the moment? Have you seen clips? I see clips, I see clips on TikTok. I get attacked with them on TikTok as like everyone else. So. They know who they're serving them to. Just in case you might want to go on one more time. Once I said I give myself to 30 and then after 30 I'm going to a deserted island. So
Where is this deserted island? If you could pick anywhere to live, just to get out. Oh, see you there.
Yeah,
love that.
For
absolutely,
sure.
Party Island. Mitch, I want to talk about your health and fitness background because you are clearly a fitness fanatic and you are no stranger to a topless photo, as we've seen. I'm surprised that you don't have a separate Instagram account for your six pack.
I was going to roll in without a shirt on today, but I thought I would wear a hoodie.
It was in true bitch style. Where and when did your love for fitness come from?
Probably like I'd always was into training in the gym and stuff like that early days, like playing footy, but it was so different because I was training for footy. It was a lot more like the training was just different. And then, when I stopped playing when I actually stopped playing AFL, I was still playing VFL. I sort of I started taking a little bit more serious just purely because I wanted to get better at footy and train a certain way. And I really enjoyed it. And then when I stopped playing footy, I just really got into it and I really enjoyed it. And the thing I really liked about it at the time was like it was a true reflection of your discipline and like how much work you put in. Mm-hmm. And I really liked that like no matter what, like if I'm working out and eating the right stuff, like you could see it on me, and it was actually a reflection of the standards I live by. So where I feel like, when you play sport, sometimes you have a bad game and there's, whatever else. And I don't know, I just really like that aspect of it, that it just reflects your standards and stuff like that. So, I just got into it. And then the first, I've probably only been training serious for probably 4 or 5 years. Before that, it was just for footy and stuff like that. But I don't know, I just feel my best and feel confident and stuff when I train. And now it's just part of my life. Like it doesn't, for me now, it's not a big thing to go and hit a workout or eat healthy food or whatever. It's such part of my life. So if I'm on holiday, I try and like get up and do a workout early before I hit the beach club as well. It helps. Just a little pump on before you go to the beach club's always good. But it's just part of my life now, and I enjoy it.
What does your training regime look like? Are you training 7 days a week, 6 days a week?
No, not 7. I have like a day off. I reckon like 6 days a week. I probably train a mixture of weights and cardio as well. I don't want to get too big, so I just want to keep the six pack,
Yep. You have your Get Fit with Mitch guides.
I do.
What's your philosophy behind these guides? Because I know that you have some for women and for men. Talk to me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I guess the whole philosophy around doing that was I feel like there's the whole fitness industry, I feel, is like, for me, that's something that I'm sort of like working at. It's something, on the side. So I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything like that, but I feel like the fitness industry, there's just so much like shit basically there. And so much like false information and people trying to just make money and stuff. So I feel like I just wanted to give something where I just keep it simple, like simplify it and make it achievable for everyone, I suppose, because to me, like fitness isn't about eating steamed chicken every day and it's about enjoying your life. I enjoy eating out. I enjoy going out more than anyone, like all those kind of things, and I can still be fit. So it's just about knowing how to do that. It's about having the knowledge to enjoy your whole life but still be fit. It's not just, being a stiff and hiding away in your house and going to the gym. That's not the life anyone wants. So.
And that balance is really important too. It's like if someone told me now you can't put oil or salt on your chicken, I would probably throw something at you.
Yeah, but like how are you meant to stay on track if it's like, if you really like having, chocolate at night time or whatever. So it's about finding ways where you can still do the things you like but still get the results you want. So I just wanted to do something or have something there that helps people achieve their goals, but they're not sacrificing their life, because at the end of the day, we all live once. Like having a six pack when you're dead doesn't mean much.
You look good in your casket, but that's about it, right?
Yeah, I'll get old one day, I suppose.
If someone hypothetically, let's say listening to this, was to buy your guide, what could they expect in it?
Well, I guess it's just like basically it's like simplified. Like I think like programs, it all has like, weigh this, weigh that. I've never been into that, never do anything like that. It's just a simple guide. It's super straightforward and like anyone can pick it up. So, and that's what I wanted to create. And I feel like we've done a good job of that. The feedback's been good from everyone getting on board now. And then, you can like message me and we can talk about programs and stuff like that as well.
So it's training and nutrition built into the guide?
I have the training and then the nutrition is just like a brief overview, more so because like obviously with nutrition you don't know, their people's height or weight or what they're looking to do, their goals. So it's just more general information around nutrition to help them make better choices, but the training's more specific,
Now I do want to ask you, what are your top 3 ab exercises that actually work? I'm not talking about the ones that you see on TikTok of like some girl holding a random weight and just doing some. It never works. What are the top 3 exercises that actually work?
Well, I actually don't train a lot of abs. That's crazy.
Are you lying to me right now?
No, I'm serious. So abs is just like being lean. So if I would do them, I would do like like weighted crunches, and then I would do like leg raises, but I'm quite good at them now, so they're like pretty heavy weighted.
Yep.
But that's honestly it. It's just about like being like low body fat, really.
And I think
but
that's
it's not sustainable as well. Like I think like if you looked at 99% of people like with abs, like they're probably not happy. Like you don't really get to enjoy like the times where I've been like like my abs have been like popping. It's probably the times where I've been like in the shittest mental state because I've just punished myself to get there. And then you get like 3 or 4 photos that you can like chuck on the gram, and then all of a sudden I'm at the bar. So
you said it's mainly diet.
It's all diet, I would say. That's my philosophy. But yeah, once again, I'm not perfect.
And is it true that men and women need to train their abs differently?
Well, I mean, it just it depends what your goals are. That's the thing. Like for a guy, like if you want like big blocky abs and them to really stand out, it's like just get you like build it, like get a little bit of strength and like bring your body fat all the way down. Where I feel like for girls, they're probably not going to want that. So like if it's my advice to girls, my advice in the programs is just bring the body fat down. So
and I think for women, it's also a lot harder because we naturally carry more body fat as well than men.
Yeah, well,
so
around the hips
around
and stuff
that area,
like that.
So I think for us, shredding or trying to get really lean there is a lot more difficult.
It's just finding the balance of enjoying your life and looking the way you want to look. Because honestly, like as I said, people who look like super like lean or whatever else, like usually they're just not enjoying their life.
And it's true because I look at bodybuilders and stuff and I follow a lot of the girls, like the fit models or bikini, and every single girl that's competing or female that's competing that I've spoken to has said the exact same thing. They're like, this is not sustainable.
It's not at all.
You do it for a short time to get on stage, as you said, or for a comp or for a photo.
Trap,
for a thirst trap, But it's really not sustainable.
That's my motivation,
yeah. I think it's also genetics too, right?
Oh, massively, I reckon as well, because like some people, they line up perfect and some people, they're like all over the place. So like it's genetics is, I know people like say it, but genetics plays a massive part.
So you can thank mum and dad.
Yeah, I'm probably pretty lucky. Yeah.
Have you ever felt pressure to look a certain way though, especially being on TV and being
online?
You know
what? Like I think it's an interesting question. Like I personally haven't, but I know a lot of people have, and I can see why like people would have, and I can see why people would have eating disorders and all that. But personally for me, like once again, I feel like I just never really set out to do anything or whatever, and I'll just do whatever I want. But I can see why people have, but for me, nah. I always just do whatever I want to do.
Mitch, we have a closing tradition on this podcast where every guest has to do a round of rapid fire Q&A. Are you ready?
Yeah, hit me.
All right. Question number 1. What is your first date red flag?
First date red flag. This is not really rapid, is it? I'm going to have to think about that.
Come on. Surely there's something that's
the first date red flag is like probably someone who like talks about like their past relationships. I'd say that's like a first date red flag.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really have like too many bad first dates.
Okay.
But I've got icks and stuff, but they'll probably come up. But
I don't actually have a question here about icks. Tell us. What's
you know,
your
like when
ick?
a girl gets their like nails done and they're missing a nail, that is the biggest ick I've ever seen. That's like fuck.
Do you know what?
If that was my girlfriend who like did that, I'd probably dump her like on the spot. I just can't do it.
I'm going to expose myself here. My third nail actually fell off before we came to filming today. And
you were so lucky.
Lucky I glued it on because you would have looked at me and thought, ew,
I didn't notice that.
Ratchet
I don't know. It's just something about it. It's just like.
Well, I'm glad I glued my nail on just for you.
Yeah, so am I, to be honest.
Which has more drama, the Love Island villa or the footy locker room?
Nah, Love Island villa.
What is your go-to hype song for the gym?
Oh, you know what? It changes it all the time. My go-to hype song. It changes all the time. I've been listening to a lot of rap lately, so like Travis Scott, something like that maybe. It changed. I could listen to like rock or whatever. Like I could listen to pop when I was new. It honestly wouldn't bother me.
Yep. Bit of Sabrina Carpenter maybe.
Maybe not that far, but
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What's one reality show you'd never go on?
Maths. I wouldn't do maths, not for me.
Who takes your Instagram photos most of the time?
It depends who I'm with.
Oh, so it's just whoever you're with. You just hand them the phone.
Yeah.
Take my thirst trap for me.
It's it was a bit awkward to start with, but then like nowadays because I've been sort of doing it a little while and they sort of see the other side of it, it's a little bit easier. But at the start, it was just like awkward as.
Do you have a tripod too that you set up your phone?
I mean, I got done with that once. I filmed jobs on like tripods and stuff, but yeah, not so much anymore.
What's one thing you wish people knew about the influencer world?
It's just fake.
Simply put, yep.
Yeah, it's like there's just so much like fakeness about like people's lifestyles, and like people aren't making, like everyone out there saying they're making, so buy my course, you make $100,000 a month. Like they're not, there's a reason why they're selling the course, or I don't know. I just think it's like fake. And
you're not selling any crypto investment courses?
Nah, but like, why would I sell a course if I know how to do it myself? Like there's no need to. So, I mean, I've thought about it, but you just double down on like what you know how to do. But I don't know. I just think that whole industry is very fake. I think there's a lot of people that, you know, you think they're living the life, but like they're not. In 10 years' time, they'll be lucky to pay their rent. So
I feel like the death of the influencer is imminent.
I think it's changing. Like, to be honest, I think like the whole sort of, it's not what it used to be. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what influencers are like in 10 years.
Sorry, we digress. Instagram or TikTok?
Instagram. I'm a TikTok person.
What is your best post-gym feed?
It depends. If I'm trying to get abs, probably not this, but like I love, like if I have a session, or GYG, I love GYG. Yep. That's like my thing. Like I would Uber Eats that probably twice a week at the moment, probably even 3 times if I'm busy. So we're going to go GYG, like the burrito bowl.
Have they sponsored you yet or not?
Nah, if they're watching, just hit them up. I'm 2 years GYG you've got. So
what is the first thing you do when you wake up?
This sounds horrible, like reach for my phone and get it, and then I'll go to the coffee machine. It's horrible.
And the last question, what is your dream travel destination right now?
Oh, right now. I reckon I really want to go to the Maldives, but I'm not going to go alone. So like.
That's a very romantic spot.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. So I'm not going to go alone. But that's like, I see that's the kind of like my sort of holiday. But obviously it would be like a little bit depressing if I just went there by myself.
Mitch, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Episodes will be released every Thursday on Apple Podcasts, Spotify and YouTube. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Smile the Makeover Scoop. As always, please send in any questions you have, dilemmas, guests you want to see on the show. You can send them to hello@smilethemakeoverscoop.com. Next week, I am joined by Brodie Ryan, someone you might recognise from the headlines, but there is so much more to her story. From life as a wag to navigating personal health challenges and rebuilding her life on her own terms following a very public breakup. This is a refreshingly honest chat about change, identity, and choosing yourself. I'll catch you guys next week. Bye for now. This podcast is for informational purposes only and does not constitute medical, legal, or financial advice. Please consult with a professional for specific advice tailored to your situation.